Mí drazí spolusaberové, vítejte u dalšího Fate Stay Night Remastered. Jsme zase zpátky, aby jsme pokročili v novém dni. A proto to nesmíme dále zdržovat. A jdeme rovnou pokračovat. Teď musíme hlavně zapnout správný fate. Teď mám tady teď lehce 3 fatey rozehraný. Ale to je work of fiction, guys. Bohužel krále Artuše nemůžete bangovat. Je to v skutku smutná realita. OK, game capture. Počkám, až se to objeví na streamu. Ne, jo, dobrý, neprogresoval jsem. Takže půjdeme rovnou do nového dne. A bohužel se vrátíme do skurvený školy. To je pondělí, guys. OK. Vypadá to, že vidíte. Jdeme o to. Mikrofon mi taky jede. Hra taky jede, super. 4. únor. New life. Okay, myš do piče. I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up, my head hazy, to the sensation of cold air on my cheek. Must be a draft. Huh? I'm in the shed. I get up and shake my head too, 3 times in an effort to wake myself. Oh right, I just fell asleep like this. After my nightly routine, training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. From how light it is, it must be just before 6. Crap, I need to get breakfast ready. I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face. So cold. Teď je to venku sněží, normálně to je crazy. The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is out. Myanmar is typically warm even in the winter, but the temps here on the mountainside still get chilly. Chilly dog. And I wash my face with ice cold tap water, which finally gets my mind going. Yosh! Alright. I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about. All the things I'd rather not be thinking about. Like my current situation. Come rushing back. Oh, yes. Oh, right. I don't have time to butter around washing my face. The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do. But first, I need to head back to my room and check on Saber. Yeah, I didn't leave my room without telling her. I should at least explain myself. I wouldn't want to upset Saber. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I explain myself. Once I talk to Saber, then I should start making breakfast. Dozaka said she doesn't eat breakfast, so I just need to make extra for Saber. Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget. Forget? Huh. I have this nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something really important. Oh crap, it's already 6. I need to hurry or I won't make it. Well, if I can't remember whatever it is, it's probably not important. Samozřejmě. Jestli si na něco zapomněl, tak to asi nebylo důležitý. I slowly opened the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night and searching my room. It doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out. Well, that's a letdown. I thought Saber would have noticed. Unless she was just in that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest. Oh, right. Maybe that's what she meant when she said she needs to sleep often. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible so she can rush right over if something does happen. ... Whatever the case, it shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. The bounded field would detect any enemy intruders. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give Saber enough time to get to me. Yeah, and the shed has plenty of places for me to hide. Anyway, I don't think I'll get scolded for what I did last night. I thought I would explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I would hate to wake her up if she's still sleeping. Saber, I'm going to prepare breakfast. I'll make some for you too, but you don't need to get up if you're still sleepy. I'll come back, so keep resting if you need to. After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast. And then... Morning. You sure get up early. Better. Tosaka walks in, looking obviously cranky. Tosaka? What's going on? Did something happen? Nothing. I'm always like this in the morning. Don't worry about it. Tosako? Já myslím, že je mrtvá. Ona ztrácí opacity, ona je průhledná. Tosako! Tosaka je dead, Jede. Tosaka staggers through the living room like a drunken ghost. Doslova je to ghost. Hey, are you okay? Your eyes don't look right. Oh, dobrý. I said don't worry about it. I'll wake up once I wash my face. How do I get to the bathroom again? Take that hallway. If you're just going to wash your face, there's a washroom in the hallway near the entrance. Right. Bye-bye. I don't know how much she heard, but Tosaka just waves her hand and walks away. And then the doorbell rings, announcing a guest's arrival. Shiro, someone's here. I hear Tosaka's voice from the hallway. Oh, don't worry about it. The only people who ever come at this hour are family. It's got to be Sakura. She has a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door. Honestly, I keep telling Sakura she doesn't need to ring the bell. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. But she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know she's here. I think that's one of the good things about Sakura, but one of these days she's going to wear herself out from politeness. ... Hold on. Sakura is here. Crap! Shit! I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. Right now I need to rush to the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Tosaka. But it's too late. At the entrance. Oh můj bože. Včera budeme mít všechny heroines tady. Tosaka is greeting the guest. even though I didn't ask her to. And... Eh? Sakura looks surprised. Sakura stands in the entrance and Tosaka is in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense. Good morning, Miss Mato. Are you surprised to see me here? Tosaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura. Miss Tosaka. Sakura is utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tosaka, fear in her eyes. ... This is bad. I can't manage to get a word out. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt in here. The only thing I can do right now is to try to think how to explain the situation to Sakura. But before I can come up with a good excuse... Senpai, what is the meaning of this? Sakura looks over to me, almost begging for help. Yeah, it's kind of a long story. Úplně v pohodě, Rin. It's not that complicated. I just started living here. Tosaka's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point. Senpai, is this true? The short answer is yes. Things happen and now Tosaka's going to be staying here for a while. Sorry for not telling you this earlier, and sorry you got blindsided first thing in the morning. Oh, please, do not apologize. I was certainly surprised, but do not worry about it. But what you said earlier is that... That's right. This is something Shiro and I agreed on together. The head of the household agreed, so it's pretty much a done deal. Do you understand what that means, Miss Mato? Understand what? Damn. Damn, Tosako. You seem to have been taking care of Shiro for a while now. But that won't be necessary now. I'd rather you not come here for your own good. ... Sakura looks down and falls silent, and after a chilling silence... I do not know. Huh? Come again? Sister feud! I said, I do not know what you mean, Miss Tosaka. Wait, Sakura, you... Naprostý bitch wars. Please excuse me. Senpai, I'll be using your kitchen. Sakura bows to me and walks into the house. She heads towards the living room, heading right past Tosaka and flatly ignoring her. Huh? Tosaka just stands there, aghast. I'm no different. I've never seen Sakura act like that, and I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise, but it isn't the only one. Hey, Tosaka, how did you know Sakura always came to my house? I never told you she came by to help me out with housework. Coincidence, huh? Oh, well, I just heard rumors. That was just a coincidence.
それより驚いたわ。あの子、ここじゃあんなに元気なの？学校とじゃ大違いじゃない。
What's more surprising to me is that she's so energetic and happy here. She's completely different here than when she's at school. Tosaka must be really surprised given how annoyed she sounds, which means Tosaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Sakura seems to know Tosaka too, and the two of them appear to have a good senior and underclassman relationship I was unaware of. But that aside, actually I'm surprised too. I've never seen Sakura so snappy before. Sakura is no different here than when she's at school. I would say what we just saw was out of the ordinary.
そうなんだ。まずったわね。Sakuraがあんなに孤児だとは知らなかったわ。こうなるんなら、シロの口から説明させればよかった。
Huh, okay. Well, that was bad. I didn't know Sakura was so stubborn. If I had known, I would have made you explain everything to her, Shiro. Obviously, compared to Tosaka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better. But what's done is done, and what do you mean, this is bad?
そりゃまずいでしょう。これからこの家は戦場になるかもしれないのよ。だから私たち以外の人間を寄せつけないようにってSakuraをたしなめたのに、あれじゃ逆に追い出すのが難しくなったじゃない。
Of course this is bad. This house might turn into a battlefield. 6. I was harsh with Sakura to try and drive her off from the house so innocent people like her won't get caught up in this war. Now it's going to be a lot harder to get her out of here. That was you being harsh? I thought you were just bullying her.
そこ、なんかつまんないこと言った今。
Hey, is that slander I hear? I was just being honest. But what should we do about Sakura? At this point, she's not going to leave easily.
そんなのなんとかするしかないでしょう。で、Sakuraが来るのは朝だけ？それとも夕食もこき使ってるの？
Well, we have to do something. So, does Sakura only come for breakfast, or do you force her to come for dinner too? Stop trying to make it sound bad. Yes, she comes every morning, but not as often for dinner.
そう。それじゃあ、これからは毎日になりそうね。
I see. Now she's going to want to come every night. Huh? Every night? For what? As I tilt my head in confusion, Tosaka sighs in disbelief. Jsme tak dense. Soon after, Tosaka remains in the living room, while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tosaka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like Sakura is mad about Tosaka being here, so things will just get worse if Saber comes out too. Shit, I go. Which is why I decide to explain the situation to Saber. So, there you have it. Sakura, the girl who's here is named Sakura, but she's an ordinary girl, not a mage or anything. So we can't have her getting dragged into the Holy Grail War. If possible, I would like her to stay away from the house for a while without her ever knowing why. What the hell? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here. Fuck. Skurvený shift. Teda... No, pravý shift. Anyway, Sakura's acting real strange this morning. Tosaka's the reason, but I don't want to upset her even more. Well, you see, Sakura's surprised because some stranger's here, so she'll get even angry if she sees you here. Am I being rude or something, Saber?
いいえ、シロの言いたいことはわかります。つまり、私はここで待機していればいいのですね。
Not at all. I understand what you are trying to say, Shiro. You want me to wait here, correct? Yeah, I'll really appreciate that. I'll come back for you right after I see Sakura off, so you can eat breakfast then. Saber nods quietly. I'm so glad Saber is so understanding. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back. Shiro. What's up, Saber?
はい。そのようなことを私に説明する必要はありませんが、もう少し落ち着くべきです。先ほどからシロの言動は破綻しているかと。
You have no obligation to explain yourself in situations like this, but you should calm down a bit. Your words and behavior are noticeably disordered. Eh? Am I panicked?
とても。今に戻るのでしたら、その前に気を落ち着けることです。
Yes, you are. If you intend to return to the living room, I suggest you calm yourself before you do so. Saber's advice is given in her usual tone. And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened. Here you go, senpai. And would you like some too, Miss Tosaka? Sakura hands me a bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated. At least, on the surface. Okay, I'll take a bowl. Tosaka hesitates a little before accepting a rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts a bowl of miso soup, egg omelette, and other dishes on the table. Tosaka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed. Huh? Flummoxed? Okay, to si musím potom vyhledat, to je co kurva za slovo. Tosaka, I thought you didn't eat breakfast. If someone makes it for me, I'll eat it. It's only polite, you know. Well, as long as you're okay with it, then let's eat. And sorry I made you get everything ready, Sakura. Sakura je cute. Dokud se nedostanu do Heaven's Feel. Please, don't worry about it. This is my job. I'll start eating too. Lucky you, making your junior classmen prepare breakfast for you. Who died and made you king to deserve that kind of treatment? Well, I'll grill you about that later. For now, let's eat. The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast. Damn, nobody's talking. I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually pretty light on conversation. Sakura and I aren't really all that talkative, and so it's no shock meals are so quiet. But why does breakfast feel so chaotic every day? Wait a minute. I get another nagging feeling. Senpai? Was the fish too salty for you this morning? That's not it. But I just have this bad feeling, like I'm forgetting something. What could it be? I try to convince myself that it's probably not important since I can't remember. But I feel like that's a terrible mistake. I'm gripped by this sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something. Oh well. I bet it's not that big of a deal. I try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then. Uh-oh, Taiga. Ohayo! Oh man, I overslept. Fujine comes bursting in. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this? I guess I try to just forget my problems rather than deal with them.
シロ、ご飯。
Shiro, food. Fujine situates herself in her normal spot.
おはようございます、藤村先生。
Good morning, Fujimura sensei. The two greet her in unison.
はい、どうぞ先生。大したものではありませんけど、召し上がってください。
Here you go, Miss Fujimura. It's not much, but please dig in. Sakura hands her a rice bowl with her usual smile. Fujine takes the bowl and tilts her head in confusion. She senses something strange, but doesn't know what exactly it is. Fujine quietly chews her food. And after finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear.
ねえ、シロ、どうして遠坂さんがいるの？
Hey, Shiro, why is Tosaka here? She's going to stay here for a while, starting today. I stick to the facts.
あ、そうなの。遠坂さんも変わったことするのね。
No, Tosaka does some pretty weird stuff. Yeah, she's a strange one. The way she is at school, she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
そっか。今日からここに下宿するのか。
Yeah, so she's gonna be spending the night here from today on. Fujine seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. Ah, やっただね。
下宿って何よ、シロ！
What do you mean, staying with you? The table suddenly flips violently. Luckily, Sakura is sitting out of the path of the flying food, while Tosaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So, I'm the only one who ended up splattered. Yo, that's hard, but what the hell, Fujine? Don't you realize there's hot miso soup, piping hot rice, and scorching meatballs in a pot? You would burn me if you spill those on me. Hey! Why are we having food from a hot pot for breakfast anyway?
うるさい！あんたこそ何考えてるのよ、シロ！同い年の女の子を下宿させるなんてどこのラブコメだい！私はそんなタチの悪い冗談じゃ笑ってやらないんだから！
Shut your mouth! What are you thinking, Shiro? What? Are you hoping to be the protag of a rom-com? Letting a girl stay over at your house? Ah! Even I can't laugh at a joke this sick. I wasn't trying to make you laugh, and ow, this really stings. I'm actually getting bad here. Sakura, get me a towel.
冷やしたタオルでしたら用意しておきました、先輩。
Okay, okay, just a second. Here you go. I've got you a cold, wet towel, senpai. Thanks. Whoa. I just found a chicken meatball in my shirt, and it's freaking hot.
タオルは後。そんなことより申し開きしなさい、シロ。あんた本気でそんなこと言ってるの？
Forget a towel. You need to explain yourself, Shiro. This isn't some sick joke, is it? Of course not. You know I don't like to kid around about these things, right? Anyway, Tosaka's staying here. Complain all you want, but it's already been decided, so there's not much point.
そんなの大却下！何のつもりか知らないけど、ダメに決まってるでしょ。同い年の女の子と一緒に暮らすなんて、そんなのお姉ちゃん許しません。
Objection! I don't know what your intention is, but I can't allow it. Big sister will not allow you to live with a girl under your roof. Fujine roars. Well, that went about how I expected. Fujine is my guardian, and she's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of this situation with 100 whacks from a wooden sword, or even 100 cuts from a real one. But unfortunately, I have to find a way to live up with this. Can you just let this go? I'm not doing anything wrong. And Tosaka and I aren't in that kind of a relationship. It's just, we kind of ended up in this situation by accident. and I'm letting her use one of the rooms here for now. Shut up! I will not allow it!
私は下宿なんて許しません。登坂さんの事情は知らないけど、ちゃっちゃと帰ってもらいなさい。
I won't allow her to stay. I don't know what's going on with Tosaka, but send her home! Stat! She's not even willing to listen. This is bad. I guess she's not as easy to convince as I thought.
先生、下宿は許しませんとおっしゃいますけど、私はすでにしたのです。
Damn, Tosaka to my balls. Miss Fujimura, you say you do not approve of me staying here, but I already stayed over last night. Tosaka is so casual about how she puts it. Her words seem to be like cold water dumped over Fujine's head. Come again?
ですから、昨日止めさせていただいたんです。
Like I said, Emiya let me stay over last night.
いえ、正確には土曜の夜からお邪魔していますから、
2
泊でした。今は別棟の客間を借りて荷物も運んであります。
Well, actually, I've been here since Saturday evening, so I've technically stayed over 2 nights already. Right now, I'm staying in one of the guest rooms in the outbuilding, and my luggage is already there.
どうでしょう先生。客観的に見て、私はもう下宿している状況なのですが。
What do you think, Miss Fujimura? I'm already staying here at this point. ... The color drains from Fujine's face.
シロ、あんたなんてことするのよ。こんなことキリツグさんが知ったらどうなるかわかってるの
Shiro, how dare you? Did you not even consider how Kiritsugu would have reacted if he was around? What he would have thought? My old man would have definitely been happy about it. Something about a man's vote for whatever.
同感。キリツグさん、女の子にはと
Да,
ても
правда.
甘い人だったからな。そっか。それが遺伝してるんでしょ、シロのバカ。
I can't even argue that. Kiritsugu was definitely a ladies' man. I get it. So he passed his bad habits down to you. Shiro, you goddamn idiot! Fujine grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect girls. I'm not as chivalrous as my old man was, but I still agree. Even so...
何？助け舟出してほしいの？
What? You want me to help you out? Guys have it pretty tough though. Because of my chivalrous upbringing, I do have to keep in mind that, cold-hearted as she is, Rin is still a girl. I beg of you, I can't get out of this myself. I need your silver tongue here. I nod in Tosaka's direction, while Fujine shakes me.
オッケー。それじゃあサクッと解決しますか。
Okay, I'll make this quick.
藤村先生、エミヤ君を振っても出るのは悲鳴だけですから、そのあたりでやめてあげてください。それに、下手をすると朝ごはんまで出てきかねません。
Miss Fujimura, the only thing you'll get from shaking Emiya is a weak squeak. So please stop. If you keep it up, you might even shake the breakfast out of him.
何よ、遠坂さん。そんな真面目な顔したって怖くないんだから。教師として、何より四郎の教育係として、遠坂さんの下宿は認めません。
If you think that look on your face is going to scare me, you've got another thing coming, Tosaka. I'm an educator and Shiro's instructor, so I will never approve of you staying over at this house. Fujine takes her hands off of me and turns toward Tosaka. It must be her feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Tosaka would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me.
それはなぜでしょうか。うちの学校には下宿している生徒も少なくありません。 生徒の自主性を伸ばすのが我が校の方針ではありませんでしたか？
Why? There are plenty of students in our school who live in boarding houses. Isn't developing and nurturing students' independence part of our school's mission?
何よ、難しいこと言ったってダメなんだから。大体ですね、こんなところに下宿したって自主性なんて芽生えません。
Don't try to lean on fancy words to intimidate me. Besides, using this place like a boarding house isn't going to nurture your independence.
ご飯は勝手に出てくる。いつも綺麗。お風呂は勝手に沸いてるっていう夢のようなお家なんだからここ。こんなところに居候してたら堕落しきっちゃうわよ、遠坂さん。
This place is practically a dream house, with food always magically being served to you, practically sparkling clean, and the bath always full of warm water. Staying here will just spoil you. Ujina. That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher.
それにね、原則として下宿していい生徒は家が遠い生徒だけよ。遠坂さんのお家、確かにここより遠いけど登校できない場所じゃないでしょう。さくらちゃんだってあっちから通ってるんだから下宿する必要なんてありません。
Besides, students who live far away are the only ones who typically live in boarding houses. Your house, while it's further than here, is still close enough to commute. Even Sakura commutes from your side of the neighborhood, so there's no need for you to stay here, boarding house or not.
それが今うちは全面的な改装を行っているんです。
Well, you see, my house is currently undergoing a major renovation.
古い建物ですからそこかしこにガタが来てしまっていて、改装が終わるまではホテルで暮らそうと考えていたのですが、偶然通りかかってエミヤくんに相談したところ、それはお金がもったいないからうちを使えばいいと言ってくれたんです。
It's an old building, so a lot of places are practically falling apart. I was thinking of staying in a hotel until the renovations were finished, but I ran into Emiya and told him about my situation. He mentioned that it would be a waste of money and offered to let me stay here.
それは確かにシロっぽい発言ね。
That does sound like something Shiro would say.
はい、あまり面識のないエミヤくんからの提案には驚いたのですが、確かにホテル暮らしなんてもったいないし、何より学生らしくありません。それなら学友であるエミヤくんのお家にご厄介になった方が勉強になると思ったのです。
Yes, I was surprised by this. I was surprised by his offer since I hardly know him. But living in a hotel really would be a waste of money, and that would be especially unstudent-like of me. So I thought it would be more beneficial and educational for me to stay at Emiya's house instead. Fujine groans. Dosaka's answer and mannerisms are textbook. There's no room for Fujine, teacher that she is, to object.
話はわかりました。けど、それでも問題はあるでしょう。遠坂さんとシロは女の子と男の子なんだから、一つ屋根の下で暮らすというのはどうかと思うわ。
I understand now, but there's still one issue. You and Shiro are opposite sex, and I still don't love the idea of the two of you staying under the same roof.
どうかとはどんなことでしょうか、先生。
And what are you concerned about, Miss Fujimura?
だからね、遠坂さん美人だし、シロもなんだかんだって男の子だし、間違いがあったら嫌だなって。
Well, you know, you're pretty, and Shiro is a guy, so I wouldn't want anything inappropriate to happen.
何も間違いはありません。私の部屋は別棟の隅。エミヤくんの部屋は蔵の近くにある和室です。距離にしてみれば20メートル以上離れている。
Žádná sexuální tence tady nebude.
ここまで離れていれば何も問題はないと思いますが。
That should not be an issue. My room is at the far end of the outbuilding, while Emiya's room is the Japanese-style room near the shed. Our rooms are about 20 meters away, and that distance shouldn't really create any issues.
うん、 実棟には鍵もかかるし、違う家みたいなものだけど。
Well, the outbuilding does lock from the inside, and it's like a separate house.
でしょ？それとも藤村先生はエミヤくんを信用していないとでも？先ほど先生はエミヤくんの教育係だとおっしゃいました。ならエミヤくんがどのような性格かは私より藤村先生の方がご存知だと思います。
You see?
彼がそのような間違いを犯すというのでしたら、私も下宿先には選びませんが。
You see? Or do you not trust Emiya? You mentioned that you're Shiro's instructor. Don't mean you know him better than I do. If you say he is the type of character who might do something like that, I may need to reconsider staying here.
失礼ね。シロはちゃんとしてるもん。絶対女の子を泣かせるような子じゃないんだから。
Let's fucking go. Don't be silly. Shiro is an upright gentleman. He would never make a girl cry.
なら安心でしょ。私もエミヤくんを信用していますから。ここなら安心して下宿できると思ったのです。
Then there's nothing to worry about. I believe I can stay here without needing to worry because I trust Emiya too. Ujine starts losing steam. Check and mate, Tosaka. There are a few things Fujine could have responded to, but I'm sure Tosaka would have had no trouble talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tosaka has officially gained citizenship in this house. Let's go. And then breakfast ends. As expected, Fujine gave up after Tosaka talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements a secret at school, while Fujine would supervise us at home. With that decided, Fujine got really excited knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, and she left for school in good mood. Saber! After breakfast ended, I called out to Saber before I leave for school. Saber, calm as always, says,
学校ではリンの指示に従うように。
Follow Rin's directions at school.
危険が迫った時は私を必要としてください。それでマスターの異常は感じ取れますから。
And please seek me out if you are ever in danger. That is how I will know my master is in dire situation. She returns to her room. It's time to go to school. This was Saber Rajaiki. Bro! Then let's get going. I don't know this area very well, so maybe you can show me some shortcuts to school. Rin Tosaka is in a school uniform, standing next to me. My image of her as an honest student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in a uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking enough, but on top of that... Senpai, I finished locking up the house. Sakura's coming with me too. Woohoo! Sakura typically goes to school with Fujine because she's a member of the Kyoto Club. But this morning, Sakura stayed put in the living room, helped clean up after breakfast, and waited for me to go to school. Eh? Did you give Sakura a key to your house, Shiro? I did. Sakura's never done anything bad, and she's been a big help she's been a big help to me all this time. So with all that in mind, I can't give you a spare key, but that won't bother you, right? I don't mind, but what's that supposed to mean? You do bad stuff. You probably don't even need a key anyway. I'm not foolish enough to make something so unnecessary. Oh, is that so? Fine, you're right. I don't need something like that anyway. Tosaka turns her head, huffing. Maybe I'm just getting used to her, but I'm starting to find these mannerisms of hers fascinating. Huh? What's wrong, Sakura? If you're done locking up, let's go. You've got Osaka this morning too, so I want to get to school as early as possible. Yes, you're right. We should go, if you insist. Sakura's reply is pretty unenthusiastic, and she trails behind us. This isn't good. Sakura has seemed down ever since Osaka convinced Fujine to back off. Fujine might have consented, but I have a feeling Sakura isn't convinced. I probably need to talk to her. Yeah, I should find a way to give these two time to get along and be friends. The sloped road is packed with students. It's half past 7, which is the busiest time for students getting to school. Among the flock of students, I stand out, and I can feel everyone stares since I'm in pretty famous company. Maybe she forgot something. But Osaka's been quiet the entire time. What's wrong, Osaka? We've been acting weird ever since we reached the hill. Eh? Am I acting odd this morning? No, you're not odd, but your behavior is. Behavior? Senpai, that is contradictory. I don't believe that was what Miss Osaka was asking. Huh? Then what was Osaka asking? Everyone is staring at Miss Osaka, so she was worried there was something wrong with her appearance. Isn't that right? Yeah, do I look weird to you too, Sakura? It's weird. I may have been sleepy this morning, but I still blow-dried my hair. I don't think there's a single wrinkle in my uniform. Maybe I have bags under my eyes because I slept in a new, unfamiliar place last night. What are you yelling at me for? It's not my fault if you couldn't sleep, and even if that's why you've got bags under your eyes, it's no big deal, just forget it. How dare you? Girls care about their appearances from the moment they're born. I've always tried so hard to look perfect, at least on the outside, but I guess my streak ends today. Again, why are you yelling at me? I don't know what's going on here. Tosaka, but I don't know what's going on here. Tosaka, but it's definitely not my fault. Take your frustrations out on someone or something else. Please do not worry, Miss Tosaka. You're as beautiful today as always. Everyone's staring at you because you are with us, since you've never come to school with anyone before. So that's why I'm being treated like this? I'm not insulted, but I thought I had figured out how school works after 10 years. I guess there's still some mysteries left at school for me. Tosaka ponders this seriously. Hold on, what kind of person ignores someone telling them they're as beautiful as always? You really don't get it, do you? Of course people will notice if you come to school with someone, especially if that person is a guy.
けど登坂先輩、そういうの気にしない人なんです。だから今まで浮いた話一つなかったんですよ。
Exactly, but Miss Tosaka really doesn't care about that kind of thing. That's why there have never been any romantic rumors about her. Huh, that's good to know. That means there's only been one victim who was taken in by her appearance and suffered the consequences. I whisper that part to Sakura as we walk a bit behind Tosaka, who still looks puzzled. We walk through the school gate, stairs following us the whole way. I only need to endure the stairs a little longer, since we will all separate once we get into the school building.
朝から頭痛いのがやってきちゃってまあ。
Huh. I'm really not up to seeing the source of my headache first thing in the morning. Tosaka mutters to herself as we head toward the campus. Following Tosaka's gaze, I see a familiar face pushing his way through the crowd of students on Sakura! Oh, it's... Oh, fuck it. Oh, it's my brother. Sakura shivers at the sight of him. Shinji acts like he doesn't see us. Instead, he makes a beeline for Sakura and says... Why did you come to the dojo? Who do you think you are? Taking a day off without telling me. Shinji raises his hand. Instinctively. Yo, Shinji. Working hard first thing in the morning, huh? I grab his hand and greet him. Counter. Huh? Emiya? You. So you were at Emiya's house again, Sakura? That's none of your fucking concern. Yes, I went to help Senpai, but that's... That it's your duty as his junior to do that? That's such bullshit. You have no responsibility to help a guy who hurt himself. Your job is to listen to me. Shinji huffs as he lowers his hand. I have no reason to hold onto his hand if he's not going to hit Sakura, so I let go. Do you take some kind of sick pleasure in getting in our way, Emiya? Sakura's a member of the Kyoto Club, so stop forcing her to do shit for you that makes her skip practice, okay? Huh. I don't have a response to that. Having Sakura come to my place to make breakfast does hold her up in the mornings. Ooh, so stand up with. Like awesome. Makes me flowchart. Ah, they said. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. That's not true. I help Senpai out because I want to. I think you're going a bit too far, brother. Too far? Oh fuck.
そっちの方が居心地がいい。
Jubo Shinji. Too far? That's my line, Sakura. So what if Emiya lives alone? If he says he's fine alone, then you can just leave him be. I bet Emiya's more relaxed that way anyway.
兄さんやだ今のはひどいよ
That's a terrible thing to say.
まあいい。今日でエミヤの家に行くのはやめろよ、さくら。僕が来いって言ったのに部活に来なかったんだ。
Oh no, you bude sexuálně abusovat. Huh, fine. But no more going to Emiya's house from now on. You didn't come to practice even though I told you to. So you should be ready for some punishment. Sakura gasps and freezes. Shinji tries to grab Sakura and pull her away, but the instant he does...
おはようマトウ君黙って聞いていたんだけどなかなか面白い話だったわ今の
Morning, Mato. I thought I would just listen and not get involved, but that's quite a conversation you're having.
どうさか。なんでさくらといるんだよ。
Eh? Tosaka? Why are you with Sakura?
別に意外でも何でもないでしょう
Shouldn't be that big of a surprise.
さくらさんはエミヤ君と知り合い私はエミヤ君と知り合いだから今朝は3人で一緒に
Oh, Shinji, boo. Shinji, utop se ve svých slzách, Gundo. Sakura is Emiya's friend, and I'm an acquaintance of Emiya. That's why the three of us walked to school together this morning. Did you not notice?
エミヤと知り合い。
What? You know Emiya?
ええきっとこれからも一緒に学校に来て一緒に下校するぐらいの知り合い
Ooh.
だから
Ooh.
さくらさんと学校かなって思って
Oh, tak to je baví. To je good. That's right. As a matter of fact, we're good enough friends that we might keep going home and coming to school together. Which is why I'm considering being friends with Sakura too.
エミヤとだって。
With Emiya? Shinji glares at me. It might be my it might be my imagination, but I feel murderous intent from him that goes way beyond just animosity. And while I haven't really been getting along with Shinji lately, I don't remember doing anything that would make him resent me anywhere near this much.
そんなバカな。冗談がきついな、遠坂は。君がエミヤなんかと付き合うわけないじゃないか。
Don't be ridiculous. This is a bad joke, Tosaka. There's no way you'd hang around a guy like Emiya.
ああ、そうか。勘違いしてるんだろう。そりゃ確かにちょっと前までエミヤとは友達だったけど今は違うんだ。もうエミヤと僕は無関係だからあまりメリットはないんだぜ。
Oh, I know. You probably got it all wrong. Yeah, sure. I was friends with Emiya before, but we're not anymore. Emiya and I are long since done being friends, so you don't gain anything by being friendly with him.
そうなのよかったそれを聞いて安心したわあなたのことなんてちっとも興味がなかったから
Ooh, Shinji. Běž si vykopat hrob. Is that so? Well, that's a relief, since I never had the slightest interest in you. Ooh. Whoa there. I feel bad for Shinji. Já vůbec zase to užívám. Já se usmívám. If I were in his shoes, Tosaka's words would be traumatic enough. I probably wouldn't recover for a good while.
お前
Why you?
それとマトウ君さっきの話だけど弓道部の朝練は自主参加のはずよ欠席の許可が必要だなんて話は聞いてないわそんな規則私はもちろん綾子や藤村先生も聞いてないでしょうね
Oh, by the way, Mato, about your conversation earlier, I thought morning practices for the Kyoto Club were voluntary. I've never heard that you needed permission to be absent. I'm sure this would be news to Miss Fujimura and Ayako as well.
うるさいな。兄貴が妹に何をしようが勝手だろう。いちいち人の家の事情に首を突っ込むな。
Shut up! It's none of your business what an older brother tells his little sister. Don't poke your nose into our family affairs.
それは同感ね。だからあなたもエミヤ君の家のことをあれこれ言うのは筋違いじゃない？まったくこんな朝から校庭で騒がしいわよ、マト君。
Oh, I completely agree, and that's why you shouldn't have anything to say about Emiya's home either. Honestly, you've got some nerve, causing a scene like this so early in the day, Mato. Shinji retreats a step, still glaring at Sakura and me in the process.
わかった。今朝の件は許してやる。
Fine, I forgive you for this morning.
けどさくら、次はないからな。今度何かあったら、その時は自分の立場ってやつをよく思い知らせてやる。
But you won't get a second chance, Sakura. If something like this happens again, I'll put you in your place once and for all. Shinji heads towards the school building after making his big pronouncement. He's turned tail and run after Tosaka gave him such a dressing down.
ごめんなさい先輩。兄さんがその失礼なことを言ってしまって。
I'm so sorry, senpai. My brother was so rude to you. Sakura's apologizing not just to me, but to Tosaka as well.
朝からいい運動になったわ。頭のギアがスパッと上がったし、ようやく調子が出てきたもの。口喧嘩好きなのよね、私。
Don't worry about it. It was actually a nice way to start the day. The gears in my head are oiled up and turning at full speed now. I love a good argument, you know?
それに謝るのは私の方だし、ちょっとやりすぎだったわよね、今の。あいつだって立場があるんだし、ほら、みんなの前でああいうのってしちゃダメだって言うじゃない？
And I should be the one apologizing. I might have gone a bit too far. He still has a reputation to think about, and I shouldn't have said something like that in front of everyone at school, you know?
マト君が落ち込んでたら、後でフォローしてあげて。
If Mato acts all down from this, go ahead and cheer him up.
これに懲りずにまた突っかかってきてもいいって。
Oh, fuck.
兄さんが懲りていなければ、またお相手をしてあげてください、先輩。
And tell him he can spar with me anytime he likes. Yes. If brother hasn't learned anything from this incident, then please spar with him again, Miss Tosaka. Relieved, Sakura smiles cheerfully. Tosaka seems suddenly bashful and looks away.
先輩も、できれば怒らないであげてください。
Oh ja, Buna je pěkně nasranej. And you too, senpai. Please try not to get mad at him early, either.
兄さん、先輩しか友達いないから。
Your brother's only friend. I know, it's probably impossible for me to not get mad, but I've known Shinji's like that since forever. I can see us getting close again at some point, so I'll take I'll take baby steps with him.
よろしくお願いします、先輩。
Yes, I look forward to seeing that happen, senpai. Sakura quickly bows. Yeah. The only thing I get really mad at Shinji about is the way he treats his sister like crap.
それじゃあ先輩、今日も一日頑張りましょうね。
Let's have another good day, senpai. Sakura heads to the first tier floor. Tosaka and I climb the stairs to the second tier floor. What? Is he? And run right into the student council president.
なぜに遠坂と一緒にいるのか、エミヤシロ。
Why are you with Tosaka? Shiro Emiya.
おはよう竜道くん。朝からハウアとはご挨拶ね。
Oh, good morning, Ryudo. What kind of greeting is... Whoa!
目覚めから嫌な予感がしたがまさか案件札とはな。ねえ、いいからこっちに来いエミヤ。遠坂の近くにいたら毒が移る。毒が。
I woke up feeling like something was off this morning, but I never thought it could be this dire. Just come over here, Emiya. Staying so close to Tosaka might poison you. He said, thanks on my arm, hard. Tosaka looks at Issei and me without a word, and walks towards class 2A as if nothing happened. Go right on ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Tosaka silently passes by, but then...
シロ、昼休みに屋上。
Shiro, rooftop, lunch. She whispers that to me so Issei won't hear. It's so funny to Pichi. It's lunchtime. After seeing Tosaka and me in the morning, Issei hasn't been speaking to me. He's been treating me like a traitor. I guess I went too far. I feel just a bit of regret. Issei interrogated me about why I was with Tosaka this morning, and my response was, we got close over the weekend. That was not a good idea. I expected Issei's next set of questions to be about how and why we got close, but before I could explain further, Issei staggered away. Well, I guess that works to my advantage since I need to do things alone for a while. Having fewer people involved will make things easier. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is... Huh. Okay, save. New. No jako kanonická verze je jít s Tosakou. Já si vyberu tady tu možnost. Savenu si to. Takže flowchart the Demon God Rages. Ale to asi povede do stejný. Ok, každopádně. Load, ne. Load. Load. Decision. Jdeme za Tosakou. I promised to meet Tosaka. It may have been her dictating to me, but she probably has something to talk about. Uvidíme, jestli to povede do stejného, do stejné timeliny, ale asi jo. I buy lunch and head to the rooftop. The rooftop is typically packed with other students when it's warmer, but it's deserted in the winter chill. Although winter in Fuyuki is comparatively warmer, the rooftop gets unbearably cold. So the only people exposed to the cold wind are myself and... You're late! What was the holdup? Tosaka, shivering in the shadows. Sorry I'm late. I felt bad, so I brought you something to make up for it, but I guess you don't need it. I show her the warm canned coffee I bought, and I put it back in my pocket. You may look unsophisticated, but you're pretty considerate. I did because I felt like it, and come on, go a little further over there. Sorry chat, musel jsem něco přečíst rychle. It's windier over here, and people might see us. I hand her the canned coffee as I head towards the back where I won't be seen. We won't be as conspicuous here, and there's no way anyone from the 4th floor would see us.
ありがとう。次は紅茶にしてね。私、インスタントならミルクティーだから。それ以外はありがたみがランクダウンするから注意するべし。
Thanks. Next time I prefer tea, and I like I like instant milk tea. Other than that, you'll get no thanks from me, so be warned. Got it. If I remember next time, that is. So, why would you call me here? Considering we're meeting where there's nobody else around, I assume you want to talk about you-know-what.
当然でしょ。私とシロの間で他にどっちの話があるっていうのよ。
Of course. What else would we talk about other than that? Yeah, you're right. So what's up?
何よ。ずいぶんクールじゃない、あなた。
Why are you acting so nonchalant? Huh? Well, it's gold. I want you to make this short. Aren't you cold too, Tosaka?
そんなわけないでしょ。私だってさっさと要件だけ済ませるつもりに決まってるじゃない。
What? Of course I am. I was planning on getting this over with real quick too. Yep, I figured. I was just stating the obvious, so she really doesn't need to yell at me like that.
まあいいわ。
Well, fine.
それじゃあ担当直入に聞くけどシロ、あなた放課後はどうするつもり？
Then I'll get right to the point, Shiro. What were you planning, what were you thinking of doing after school? After school? I really don't have any plans, honestly. If I need to help out the student council, I'll help. But if not, I'll go to my part-time job. ... Why are you looking so confused? If you have something to say, just tell me. I'll try to address it.
まったく、あなたがどうなろうと私は構わないんだけど、まあ一つだけ忠告してあげるか。今は協力関係なんだし、シロは魔術師として未熟すぎるから。
Honestly, I may not care what really happens to you, but I guess I'll give you a warning. We have formed an alliance, and you're just too inexperienced as a mage. Then again, I'm sick of hearing how inexperienced of a mage I am. I'm actually sensitive about that, so don't bully me.
いじめてなんていないわよ。ただシロが学校の結界に気づいてないようだから未熟だって言ってるの。
I'm not bullying you. I just want to point out how ignorant you are because you don't seem to notice there's a bounded field set up around the school. What? A bounded field at the school? Hold on, a bounded field at school? Does that mean...
まさかも何も他のマスターが張った結界だってば。
You got it. It's a bounded field set up by some other master.
かなり広範囲に仕組まれた結界でね。発動すれば学校の敷地をほぼ包み込む。
It's being cast over a wide area, and if it gets activated, it'll pretty much enclose the entire school grounds.
種別は結界内にいる人間から血肉を奪うタイプ。まだ準備段階のようだけど、それでもみんなに元気がないって気づかなかった？
It's intended to steal the flesh and blood from all the people within the bounded field. It looks like it's still at its beginning stages, but haven't you noticed how listless everyone seems? Now that she mentions it, I felt a little strange 2 days ago, but was that why? But that means there's a master at school?
そう、確実に敵が潜んでいるってわけ。わかった、エミヤ君。そのあたり覚悟しておかないと死ぬわよ、あなた。
Exactly. We have an enemy lurking here. You get it now, Emiya? If you're not prepared, you'll die. My relaxed demeanor fades and I tense up. So, do you know who this master is, Tosaka?
いいえ、当たりはついてるけど、まだ確証が取れてない。まあ、うちの学校にはもう一人魔術師がいるってことは知ってたけど、魔術師イコールマスターってわけじゃないから。
No, I have some ideas, but I don't have solid proof. Well, actually I do know there's another mage in this school, but a mage isn't necessarily a master.
あなた いな素人がマスターになる場合もあるんだし、断定はできないわ。
There are cases where amateurs become masters like you, so I can't be sure. I'm still a mage and not a complete amateur. And hey, hold up! Did you just say there's another mage at this school?
そうよ。けど、そいつからマスターとしての気配は感じないのよね。よっぽどうまく気配を隠しているなら別だけど、まずそいつはマスターじゃないわ。
Yep, but I don't sense any indication that they're a master. I checked right away, but they didn't have command spells, and I didn't sense the presence of a servant. If they're hiding it really well, that's another matter. I'm pretty sure they're not a master.
だからこの学園に潜んでいるマスターは、シロみたいに半端に魔術を知っている人間だと思う。
Which is why I think the master here is someone who knows only a little bit of magecraft, like you.
ここのところさ、微量だけど私たち以外の魔力を後者に感じるのよ。それが敵マスターの気配ってわけなんだけど。
I've been feeling a bit of magical energy other than ours here recently. Kurva. There'll still be the enemy master, but it's not enough to drag. A master who's not a mage, huh? You must be very sure if you're bringing it up. I believe you, but I didn't know there were so many mages in our school.
そんなにって私とその子だけだって。
It's actually not that many. It's just me and that other mage.
魔術師ってのは家柄を大事にするでしょ。こんな狭い地域に2つの家系が根を張った場合、どうしても好意になるものなのよ。
You know how mages value their lineage, right? If two families put down roots in a small town like this area, they couldn't help knowing each other. Is that what happens? But I didn't know anything about your family.
エミヤくんちは特別。エミヤくんのお父さん、教会から離反した一匹狼だったんでしょうね。たまたまこの町が気に入って根を下ろしたんだろうけど、冬木の町はうちの管轄だからさ。
Your household is an exception. Your father had to have alienated himself from the association and been sort of a lone wolf. He probably settled here because he just liked it. But this city is under the Tosaka family's jurisdiction.
私たちにバレたらもらうものもらうことになるし、それが嫌で隠れてたんじゃないかな。
If we had found out, we would have taken everything from him. So I guess he was in hiding to avoid exactly that. What the heck do you mean about taking everything from him?
気になる？それは将来、シロが一人前になったら取り立てに行くから期待してて。
Huh? Curious? I'll come and collect from you once you are properly trained. So look forward to it. Jeez, what a facade you put up. Some honest student you are, you imposter.
あら、いけない？外見を飾るのだって魔術師としての義務でしょ？
Oh, is there something wrong with that? Maintaining appearances is a part of a mage's job description.
ほら、私は遠坂家の跡取りだし、火の打ちどころのない優等生じゃないと天国の父さんに顔を合わせられないのよ。
Because, you know, I'm the Tosaka family's heir. So I have to act like the perfect honest student or I wouldn't be able to face my father in heaven. What? Your father?
ええ。私が子供の頃死んじゃった。ま、十分長生きしたから天寿は全うしたんだし、別に悲しんだりはしてないけど。
He died when I was young. Well, he lived a long and fulfilling life, so I'm not really that sad about it. Tosaka smiles as if saying that's just how it goes when you have a mage for a father. But that's a lie. You're sad when someone dies. All the more if that person is your parent. Saying that it can't be helped because someone is a mage is no excuse to just gloss over it.
まあ、そうね。
Well, you're right.
エミヤ君の意見は反論できないぐらい正しいわ。
I can't really argue that. You're absolutely right. As she says that, Tosaka opens up the canned coffee she had been using as a hand warmer until now. She drinks her coffee in small sips. I had expected her to take a big gulp, honestly, but she's pretty feminine when it comes to things like this.
話をともかく冬木の町に魔術師は2人しかいないの。他のマスターは外からやってきた連中か。魔術をかじった程度でマスターに選ばれたっていう変わり種でしょうね。
Back on topic, there are only 2 mages in Fuyuki. The other masters are either from outside or they are irregulars who were chosen to be masters because they know just a little magecraft. Is that so? So according to Tosaka, I'm quite the irregularity. I got that, but if there's a master who barely started learning magecraft, they probably wouldn't be able to create a bounded field like this one.
マスターが張ったんじゃなくて、サーバントが張ったのかもね。
It may not be the master, but the servant might have put up the bounded field.
サーバントは自分のマスターを選べないもの。シローみたいなマスターに当たってしまった場合、サーバント自身がいろいろ策を練るしか勝機はないでしょ。
Servants can't choose their masters. If a servant ends up with a master like you, their only chance of winning would be if they came up with strategies themselves. Probably, I hate to think of it that way, but I can't argue.
はい、素直で結構。
Good, I like it when you're so accepting.
で、結界の話に戻すけど、この結界はすごく高度よ。
So, about this bounded field, it's quite advanced.
ほとんど魔法の領域だし、こんなの張れる魔術師だったら、まず自分の魔力を隠しきれない。だから間違いなく、この結界はサーバントの仕業だと思う。
It's pretty much at the level of magic. And if there were a mage here who could create something like this, they wouldn't be able to conceal their presence or magical energy. So, I believe this bounded field is the work of a servant. The works of a servant, huh? That must mean the master isn't as dangerous.
まさか、魔術師にしろ一般人にしろ、そいつはルールが分かってないやつよ。マスターを見つければ、まずまっすぐに殺しに来るタイプの人間ね。
That's not necessarily true. Whether they're mages or not, whoever it is, they don't know the proper rules. They're almost certainly the type to immediately try to kill any master they find. Huh? Not know the rules? The rules of the Holy Grail War?
違う。人間としてのルール。こんな結界を作らせる時点で、そいつは自分ってものが分かってない。
No, rules of just being a human being. If they're making their servant create a bounded field like this, they just flat out don't know right from wrong.
いいシロ。この結界はね、発動したら最後、結界内の人間を一人残らず妖怪して吸収する代物よ。
Listen, Shiro. Once this bounded field is completed and activated, it will dissolve and absorb everyone inside.
私たちは生き物の胃の中にいるようなものなの。
Think of it like they're in the belly of some creature.
魔力で自分自身を守っている私たちには効果はないだろうけど、魔力を持たない人間なら、わけもわからないうちに衰弱死しかねない。
Or rather, we might not be affected by it because we are protecting ourselves with magical energy. But anybody who doesn't possess magical energy will weaken and die without their knowing.
一般人を巻き込むどころの話じゃないわ。
This is way beyond just involving ordinary
この
citizens.
結界が起動したら、学校中の人間は皆殺しにされるのよ。わかる？こういうふざけた結界を準備させるやつが、この学校にいるマスターなの。
The moment this bounded field is activated, everyone in this school will die. Do you understand? There's a master in this school who is willing to make a bounded field this awful. ... My vision blurs momentarily. I take a deep breath so I can make sure I fully comprehend what Tosaka's trying to say. But it stops there. I attempt to imagine the worst possible outcome, even if my imaginings may fall short, I keep that image deep within my heart and accept the position I've been placed in. I get what you're trying to say. So, Tosaka, can't we try to destroy this bounded field?
試したけど無理だった。結界の起点は全部探したんだけど、それを消去できないのよ。私にできるのは、一時的に起点を弱めて、結界の発動を先延ばしにするだけよ。
I tried, but it was impossible. I found all the sources for it, but I can't destroy them. The only thing I can do is to temporarily weaken the sources to delay the whole thing from activating. So, as long as you're here, the bounded field can't fully be formed?
そう願いたいけど、それも都合のいい願いでしょうね。もう結界は張られていて、発動のための魔力は少しずつ溜まってきている。アーチャーの見立てだと、あと8日程度で準備が整うとか。
Tak to máme dost času. I can only hope, but that's wishful thinking. The bounded field is already set up, and the magical energy needed to activate it is gradually accumulating. According to Archer's estimate, everything will be ready in about 8 days.
そうなったらマスターかサーバントか、どちらかがその気になれば、この学校は地獄になる。
When it's ready, either the master or servant will transform this school into a living hell. Then before that happens,
この学校に潜んでいるマスターを倒すしかない。
we need to defeat the master lurking in this school.
けど、探すのは難しいでしょうね。この結界を張られた時点で、そいつの勝ちみたいなものだもの。あとは黙ってても結界は発動するんだから、その時まで表には出てこない。だから、チャンスがあるとしたら。
But it'll be challenging to find them. We've pretty much been at their mercy from the moment that bounded field was formed. The master just needs to wait until it's ready to be activated. They'll need to make themselves known until then, so the only chance we have is when they come out, right?
ご名答。まあそういうわけだから、今はおとなしくしてなさい。その時になったら、嫌でも戦うことになるんだし。自分から探し回って敵に知られるのもバカらしいでしょ。
Bingo. So you should stay quiet until then. You'll have to fight whether you like it or not when the time comes. And be stupid to let the enemy find you, for you to go searching for the master yourself. The metallic sound of the school's bell rings out across the frozen rooftop. Lunchtime is over.
話はそれだけ。私は寄るところがあるから、家には一人で帰って。寄り道は控えなさいよ。
That's all I've got right now. I have somewhere I need to go today, so go home by yourself. Try not to take any detours. Tosaka leaves with a casual bye. ... This doesn't feel right to me. Okay, to dalo bod Perin. Možná reloadnu save, projdu tady to ve svém free čase a pojedu tady, protože nechci dávat body jiným lidem. Learning that masters may attack other masters is enough to make me anxious, but a bounded field around the school? But now there's a possibility that innocent people might get dragged into this too. That's not what masters do. That's just what a mass murderer does. So I need to find whoever set this bounded field up before it's activated and find them and destroy them utterly. Rejoice, Shiro Emiya. Your wish shall... I shake my head, trying to ignore the words that pop right into my head. I never wished for this. Wishing for bad guys to show up so I can defeat them is not what I do. Kurwa. The end of day homeroom ends. and students start to file out of the classroom. Normally I would go to the student council room, but I decide to go home since Tosaka told me to. The gate is still locked. Já jsem si myslel, že Ryder zaútočila tady ten den. Tak to až zítra? Ne, když začali ničit ty sigily. Já už nevím. I usually help out doing odd jobs or go to a part-time job, so it's rare for me to come straight home from school. I usually find the gate unlocked and Sakura preparing dinner inside. I've gotten so used to that after a year, I have forgotten how important coming home early can be. Even the simple act of opening a locked gate makes me realize how thankful I should be for Sakura coming here. Co to za muziku? Holy shit. Tadaima! I'm home. I step into the hallway as I call out. The moment I enter the living room, I see the blonde girl. You are back, Master. For a split second, as I see Saber, I feel like I've been hurled into a dream or some sort of fantasy. Shiro? Did you just get home? She calls my name in a quiet voice. I finally come back to reality. Oh, Saber? Sorry, you surprised me. Popping up or something like that. Just for an instant, I mistook her for a normal girl rather than Saber. Oh, your orders were for me to stay here. Was I mistaken? Oh, no, I just got confused. Don't worry about it. But how are you feeling, Saber? You said you were going to sleep a lot, so does that mean now you're... There is no problem with me being awake now. Well, it would be ideal for me to sleep except when fighting, but that would leave me rusty. I should move around periodically, or my body will not be properly responsive when I most need it. Got it. You have a point there. You get a headache if you sleep all day, and I'm sure you're not sleeping because you're sleepy. Yes, that's true. I do not sleep because I get fatigued. But Shiro, did you say you get a headache when you sleep too much? Don't you? People don't typically do well if they sleep a good chunk of the day. In my case, I'll get woken up by a headache, so I can't sleep for more than half a day. How strange. That never happened to me. I've always been able to sleep as much as I like, both now and in the past. That doesn't sound particularly efficient, Saber. Sleeping all day would be a waste. Wouldn't it be more fun to wake up and play if you weren't sleepy? You may be right. You waste less time that way. Right? You may have been forced to do this because you're with me, but once your contract with me ends, you should go back to your normal lifestyle and cycle. It may not be my place to say, but if this becomes a habit and you sleep all day, people might start thinking you're lazy. It may in fact be too late. Some may already see me that way. She thinks about it and furrows her brow. I thought this was just idle chit-chat, but Saber doesn't really seem to get jokes. Oh, my silly Saber. We move to the living room. Saber looks like she wants to know what happened today, so I decide to tell her about the bounded field at school Tosaka warned me about.
学校に集まる人間を生贄にするつもりなのですね。
I
そ
see.
のマスターは
I see. That master must be planning to use the people inside the school as a sacrifice. To be blunt, probably, yeah. Tosaka said it needs more time though.
同感です。それほど大規模な結界の完成には時間がかかる。学校の校舎というものは封鎖しやすい建物ですから、おそらく神殿に見立てた祭壇なのでしょう。
I agree. Completing a bounded field that large should take a considerable amount of time. It is possible to enclose a school building, so it was most likely chosen to function in a manner similar to a temple altar.
それだけの規模な結界を完璧に起動させるには、早くて10日は必要です。
I believe it would take at least 10 days to fully activate a bounded field of that scale. 10 days. I felt something strange 2 days ago, on Saturday. So that means we still have about 8 more days. That lines up with Tosaka's estimate.
はい。その結界が生贄を集めるものであれ、守りを固めるものであれ、完成させては厄介です。それまでに結界を張ったマスターを見つけ出せれば良いのですが。
Yes, whether that bounded field is meant to gather sacrifices or is intended to solidify the opponent's defenses, both will pose a problem for us if we permit its completion. Kurva, na zdraví pro mě. We'll need to find the master who created this bounded field before that happens. Yeah, Tosaka said it would be challenging, but it should be easy to identify someone if they're lurking in the school. We need to do everything we can to find them and make them stop the bounded field. The chances of them being someone from school are pretty high, considering where they set up the bounded field. A student or teacher. Starting tomorrow, I'll search the school as thoroughly as I can during lunch and try to find anyone suspicious. Other than that, we'll need to figure out what kind of servant they have with them. Then again, we'll only learn that once we found them. Then the only other thing I can do right now is to think about the servants I've encountered already. Saber's awake, so now's my chance to ask her about them. Okay then. Jako, já myslím, že tady to je asi úplně jedno. Jdeme na Lanca. That guy. I should ask about the very first servant I encountered, Lanza. Saber fought against him and it looked like she figured out who he was. Hey, Saber, you know who that guy Lancer is? Huh? Lancer? Yeah, when you fought him off, you said something about Ireland. So I thought maybe you figured out his identity. Ten kokot hraje World beze mě! Ten zmrt. Oh, that's what you mean. This is a surprise. I never thought you'd be interested in knowing servants' identities. I was told it can give you an advantage, but why do you look so pleased, Saber? I'm starting to see that you are willing to fight. We can come up with strategies to deal with opponents whose identities we know. Taking down opponents whose weaknesses we have found first is one of the fundamental tactics in battle. I don't intend to seek out someone to fight if they haven't done anything wrong, but it'll only derail the conversation if I bring that up now. So about Lance's identity, from your tone, it seems like you know, Saber.
あの構想と全身に帯びたルーンの守り、加えて戦いではなく生き延びることに特化した能力から言って間違いはないでしょう。
Yes, that red spear of his, those runes protecting his entire body, and his abilities focus so intently on survival. I have no doubts about that servant's identity.
彼の神名は空風林。魔装ゲイボルクを操るアイルランドの大英雄です。
His true name is COURSE. He is the great hero of Ireland who wields the demonic spear Geborg. COURSE. I've never heard that name. Then again, I don't know much about Irish mythology. So, is this COURSE guy strong?
この国では知名度が低いですから存在が劣化していますが、それでも十分すぎる能力です。
He's not famous in this country, so his prominence may be diminished. But regardless, he still has more than enough power.
こと敏捷性に関してならば他の追随を許さないでしょうし、彼の宝具はこの戦いに最も適した武器だと思います。
His agility is unrivaled, and I believe his noble phantasm is the most suited for this war. His noble phantasm? Oh, you mean his spear. Now that I think of it, that thing was moving really weirdly. Is that what the Geborg is all about?
おそらくはゲイボルクの伝承は諸説あります。
Most likely, yes. There are many variations of the legend of Geborg.
いわく足で投擲する呪いの槍だとか、貫いた瞬間に内部から線のトゲを生やして相手を絶命させる魔装だとか。
To dělá ve Fate Extella. Some say it is a cursed spear that one kicks at one's target. Others say it is a demonic spear capable of growing 1,000 thorns the moment it pierces its enemies. Huh? That's two different legends, isn't it? So, how can you call it a legendary weapon?
ですから続きがあるのです。ゲイボルクの能力は様々な形で伝えられていますが、そのすべてに心臓をうがつという一節が残っている。
There is more to that legend. There may be many legends of Geborg, but each of them agrees that the spear always pierces the heart.
それは武器としての能力ではなく、あくまで持ち主の技量だと思っていましたが、間違いだったようですね。
I had always assumed that it was based on the wielder's abilities rather than the weapons, but it seems I was mistaken.
魔装の正体。ランサーのゲイボルクの能力は文字通り心臓をうがつものです。
The demonic spear's identity, Geborg, means Lance's spear's ability is literally piercing the heart of his enemies. Oh. The moment she brings this up, I vividly recall the scene that night. The spear thrust at Saber's feet had suddenly changed trajectory, heading straight for her heart instead. That means his spear is...
ええ。使えば必ず敵の心臓をうがつ魔装なのでしょう。
Yes. It's a demonic spear that is guaranteed to pierce the opponent's heart when
空
used.
間をねじ曲げているのか、因果率を変えているのか。
It either bends time and space, or the law of causality, to allow it to move like
と
that.
もあれ、槍自体の呪いとランサー自身の技量でしょうね。こと1対1の戦闘において、これほど効率的な武器もありません。
Though it probably... Fuck.
全く無駄がない。
Though it probably is a combination of the spear's curse and Lance's own abilities. There is no weapon better suited for single combat. It is exceedingly practical. Practical? What's that supposed to
わ
mean?
かりませんか。ランサーの槍は城を破壊することはできませんが、人間一人を殺すだけなら十分です。
Do you not understand? Lance's spear may not be powerful enough to destroy something as large as a castle, but it is perfectly suited to kill a single human being.
宝具というものはその規模によって消費する魔力が変わります。
A noble phantasm consumes magical energy proportionate to its magnitude.
A ランクの宝具を持つ者はその使用に大量の魔力を消費する。一度使ってしまえば失った分の魔力補充には時間がかかるのです。
A rank A noble phantasm consumes a massive amount of magical energy when used. Once it is used, it will take a tremendous amount of time to replenish that lost magical energy.
ですが人を一人、いえ、サーバントを倒すのにそれほど強大な破壊力などいりません。ランサーのように一撃で仕留められるのであれば それ以上の戦果はないでしょう。
However, to kill one person, nay, a single servant, no such destructive force is necessary. There can be no better tactical advantage than Lancer being able to do so with a single attack. So, what you're trying to say is that it would cost less to shoot a single arrow than a cannonball.
はい。ですが、サーバントには弓矢など当たりません。結果として、サーバント同士の戦いは大砲の打ち合いになるのですが。
Correct. However, a single arrow would typically not be effective against servants. Ultimately, battles between servants require attacks more in line with the force of a cannonball. But Lancer's Gayborg, while it may only be like a single arrow, can potentially be fatal with just one strike, because it's not just a graze, but a fatal strike through the heart.
そういうことです。加えて、使うための魔力量もそう多くない。あの程度の魔力商品なら、7回使っても魔力の補充は必要ないでしょう。
Exactly. On top of that, it does not require much magical energy to deploy. The amount of magical energy consumed is so low, he could use his noble phantasm perhaps 7 times without needing to replenish his magical energy.
ですから、彼の魔装はこの戦いに適しているのです。
That is why his demonic spear is well suited for this war.
通常のサーバントは数回戦闘すれば休まざるを得ません。ですがランサーならば6人を続けて相手にすることもできる。
An ordinary
1対1であることが条件になってきますが。
An ordinary servant would require rest after a few battles, but Lancer has the potential to fight 6 opponents if need be. Though, it would have to be single combat in this it would have to be single combat in this case. In other words, he may not be a flashy servant, but he can manage a solid win. But he was using a lot of unnecessary and impractical moves. He was toying with me when he fought me.
ですね。ランサー自身、村っ気のある人物のようです。非常な人物ではありましたが、どこか憎めない一面がありました。
That is true. Lancer appears to be a curious sort of person. He may have been quite heartless in history, but there was also a side of him you really could not hate. I might agree, but I still shouldn't let my guard down. That guy stabbed me in the chest as casual as if he were just cutting grass. Neither Berserker nor Lancer are the type to hesitate about using weapons they wield. So, about other
待っ
servants.
てください、シロ。屋敷の門を人がくぐりました。
Please wait, Shiro. Someone has entered the gate of this property. What? Can sense something like that? Oh crap. It's so late. This is bad. Sakura must be back. The doorbell rings and from the front entrance, I hear Sakura's voice. I'm coming in. Saber, sorry, but...
分かっています。部屋に戻っていますから、私のことは気にせずに。
Yes, I know. I will retire to my room, so please do not mind me. Saber goes back to her room, almost as if switching with Saber.
ただいま。感心感心。ちゃんと先に帰ってたわね。
I'm home. Good, good. You came home early like I asked you to. Ty vás jsem zkoušel noviny. Sorry guys. Dlouhý den v práci, jako vždycky. Skoro 2hodinový stream, ale streamu už víc častěji. Já myslím, že do Vánoc máme Fate Routu dokončenou. Možná bychom mohli začít i Hollow Ataraxy. Ok, ale tady to uložím. Zkusím projet, nevím, zítra nebudu streamovat, ani pozítří, protože to kolo streamuje. Možná až o víkendu ráno. Takže zkusím projet tady tu část, protože nechci mít body s jakoukoliv jinou ženou. Takže projedu tady to ve svém volném čase a začneme tam, kde jsme skončili minule. No, takže sehnul jsem to. Asi jsem to nesem, ok, save. Jo, dobrý. OK. Takže, Alt F4. Doufám, že jste si dnešní stream užili, guys. Já určitě ano. Už jsme dál zase o něco. A snad se uvidíme zase u dalšího streamu, ať je kdykoliv, kdy chce. A do té doby, nashledanou.